What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Path to Glory Militao. He hasn't really had the form this year in terms of special cards. This is only his second upgraded card from his inform, which I believe was quite some time ago. That was an 83 rated card, so he's had a 9 increase since then. Obviously last year he was absolutely phenomenal, and I think he got a flashback, he got a road to the final. I think that was his highest rated. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get anything higher than a 90. The year before that was obviously his Porto days, where we kind of found out how good he was during his future star and team of the season. Whereas obviously last year I think he was kind of like the meta next to Varane. This year not as much. Haven't really seen him heavily in a lot of people's squads. Obviously the rating wise has not helped him, being only 83 with his first special, but this card genuinely could be sick. Obviously I am not a massive not clued up, for instance, with how Brazil are doing. Obviously if they do get 6 wins, he does go with a 5-star all the way up to a 96 rated. Obviously just winning 3 takes him up to 94, which I believe Brazil should be doing. Again, let me know down below if you are following it and how are the teams doing. We will have a look as well in the overall, just to kind of keep myself clued up with it. We'll have a quick look and see how good he is doing. In terms of the card then, we've got no traits, unfortunately. The stats we are looking at will be added with a shadow, which will give him 98 pace, 98 defending, turn him into a 95 centre back. So let's run it down then. So pace is absolutely fine. Obviously with the shadow you get 97, 99 on acceleration and sprint speed. Passing wise, 85, 84. Not the greatest from a centre back, but again, it's probably, at this point in the game, probably average to above average. Dribbling wise looks fantastic. Great agility, balance for a centre back. Reactions are flawless. Ball control, it's decent to be fair for a centre back, and then the composure, brilliant. And then where the card really gets good is his defending is already 93 on the base, so that will practically all be maxed out almost, bar from his heading accuracy. Stamina or jumping really good. Obviously the aggression fantastic, and strength at 87. I could kind of see that sliding. If you was to whack an anchor on, you get a 97 centre back, and you get 93 pace, 98 defending still, but you also get 97 physical. So it all depends on what you kind of class as more important in terms of this card compared to obviously who your partner in centre back is. Do you need that pace increase that badly to 97? Or can you take a little bit of a hit, or 98 I should say, or do you take a little bit of a hit, go with the anchor and only get 93? That for me is kind of like the be all and end all with it. It is down to that pace. Do you need that more than maybe the physical? Because the defending is exactly the same. It pretty much rounds off to the exact same point. You just get that strength increase to 97, 99 aggression, and obviously 99 jumping. So let's jump into Militao and see what this guy's all about. Militao going for the header. That's where we want to see. The defender already getting forward. He already wants to be part of the review. Great block from Militao. From literally, 30 seconds worth of in-game time. Gone from literally going for a header to then making an important block on a through-on goal already. Militao watching that path to glory. Ericsson stops him in his tracks. Oh, and makes a tackle on Gerrard as well. Absolutely fantastic. I think Team 2 definitely looks the better team in terms of kind of like the player names as such. Maybe not necessarily all of the stats, like genuinely both team looks absolutely cracked in that element. But at the moment, that's got to be a penalty. But at the minute, I'm very, very happy with Militao. Militao again getting himself in the way. It's exactly what we want from him. Just put yourself as a nuisance as that centre back. Really kind of... Oh my, who was that? I was going to say try and put yourself in front of him, but to be honest, when he's shooting from 25 yards, not a lot you can do about that one. I think the one problem I do have with someone like a Militao is personally who I'm kind of comparing him to. With the likes of Maldini in the team, he is just unreal. Like Maldini is, I've never really had him in a team like that I've actually got, so it is kind of interesting to see how people line up with him, and he's phenomenal. Militao and definitely quite a few others have really put the kind of light onto themselves and shown me how good they are, but ultimately Maldini is one of the best I've ever played with. Militao's going to chase. That's the pace that we want to see. Oh, strength game there. Maybe the anchor might have been the way to go. Militao. That is a header and a half away. Militao. Great tackle, but doesn't quell the danger. Just got to watch both men with Maldini. That's a great finish. Militao. Great interception, gives it back to Kaka, gets another interception, and then Kaka again takes that ball back. So far, I'm impressed with Militao, less impressed with my defensive ability. Into Militao to get rid. Go with that long ball. Oh, so that's a stunning ball. Maradona does enough to try and get the head on it. Doesn't manage to actually do anything. We've overexerted. We've found him. Oh, he's offside. Okay, that's fine. I was going to say we overexerted Robert Lam there at that point. Militao coming in for the assist, and look at that for a stunning through ball. It's a superb tackle from Virgil. And Maradona's just going to see it in. All from Militao. Lovely stuff. So we have my man Militao. So he's coming in at a round 500 on the Xbox, 610 on the PlayStation, and 730 on the PC, according to Footbin. Obviously, like I say, last year, he was Militao. He was the player. The year before that, when we got these two versions of him, absolutely incredible. One of the best centre-backs we could get. And obviously it translated into FIFA 20 being absolutely cracked. We got the road to the final early. The flashback came towards the end, but this one kind of saw us through. Even his 81 was good enough. Literally 4 or 5 months into the game, it was absolutely nuts. This year, not as much. We got an inform in Team of the Week 32, which I believe, I don't know what actual Team of the Week we're on. We are on Team of the Week 35, so really not that long ago as well, to be honest. So it was just, okay, geez, just after the Premier League Team of the season. So for me, that is just not good enough in the slightest. He needs to be getting it way sooner for him to be even considered to go back in people's teams. So he had an 80 card that eventually just turned into fodder. But he's only 23 years old, and the fact he's already getting cards like this, they've already got 2 wins, so it is very, very likely that he goes up to a 94, and I'd probably put my money on Brazil potentially getting an extra upgrade as well. May not get the full 6, but definitely 4 is on the cards, taking him up to 95, and then potentially a 5th win could take him to 96, which would just be unreal. So I think Militao is definitely one to look at. Obviously the inflation has already started because they're on the 2 wins already. They've got 1 to go. I'm pretty sure it does count like this. It's not like they have to win 6 from when this card's out. I feel like that's very unfair. So I think it is in terms of the competition, they've got to win 3. So as they join, they kind of join the current set. But overall, for me, I think he is definitely up there at least a 9.5, 9.6. I think if I was being smart in terms of my centre-back choice, having Maldini, I think I'd go with the anchor. I feel like that would give him that little bit more of an edge. Not saying that the strength is not enough, but I do think that that would be a nice overall kind of stat. Shadow, I can see why people want it. You get the pace up to 98. There's really not much you can't do then. But I think 92, 94 is already good enough. You can defend smarter. Like, yes, there is just foot races, and unfortunately, he's not going to win if he's going 99 versus 93. But defenders normally have that upper hand. And obviously, if you are smart with it, you can really just use him to just go out and absolutely nail somebody. All you've got to make sure then is you don't get slipped. But overall, I think, yeah, I think at least a 9.6. He's got the pace, defending, the physical. Obviously, the dribbling isn't awful in terms of his technicality on the ball. I felt like his reactions was really nice. Love the composure. Even the ball control wasn't awful. Again, not the most confident person on the ball, but I don't need him to be 100%. Like, I don't need him to be 99 in terms of his ball control as a centre-back. It's always nice extra bonus, but I don't rate them massively on that. And again, as well, I think trait-wise, there definitely needs to be something defensively. I feel like we're kind of resting too much on the midfield and the attack, but there's not actually any massive traits for a centre-back or a left-back or a right-back. There could be a hell of a lot more ready to go in terms of them traits, but we'll see them potentially in FIFA 22. So I'm going to give him a 9.6. Let me know down below what you think. I will be looking at him again if he does get up to 94, and I can imagine that price tag definitely goes up when that happens. So hopefully you did enjoy. Like I say, like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.